Hello, welcome to Game 6 of my match against Markus in Dominion League. I'm up 4-1, which seems pretty surprising to me. I did not expect to be doing this well. We have what looks like an ambassador game here. Probably we open Ironmonger ambassador. That's a slightly awkward open, but it seems better than double ambassador. They open temple. They're going to open temple ambassador. I feel pretty strongly Ironmonger ambassador. The Ironmonger lets me draw, potentially gets an extra coin so I can buy something. There are no villages, but I think that the attack of the Ironmonger seems worth it. Sorry, there's one village with Necropolis, and then Ironmonger itself is a village, so maybe you can play with 2 terminals and hope that you hit with Necropolis or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to grab a couple more Ironmongers now. Next turn I have... the Ambassador is less good with shelters. I strongly believe that. I need a second Ironmonger now. Iron Ambassador cannot thin shelters, so if I had paid more attention to what was going on, I would have realized that. So I do want to get a temple, I guess, then. I can get a delayed temple, though, I think. Discard. Return 2 coppers. Yeah, just return 2 coppers. Don't have a ton of money, but... discard. Discard. I want to get a temple now. I'm doing okay on draw, so I'm not going to return any, so I can get the temple. A little bit sad to see my ambassador here, but that's what happens sometimes. So I've got 2 Ironmongers. I want to get a 3rd Ironmonger or an Enchantress. I'm going to get 1 more Ironmonger first, and then try to start loading up on Enchantresses here. They are slightly thinner, it looks like. I didn't return, but I have an extra 2 Ironmongers to their Enchantress. So the Ironmonger is okay at churning through the junk, not great. Obviously, you don't want to have your deck filled with junk. I don't really know where we're going from here. I guess you can add in a couple of Enchantresses. You can just get thin and have Ironmonger payload everywhere. And I can trash 3 here and draw 1. Hopefully don't draw the ambassador there. That would have been bad. So 4th Ironmonger or 1st Enchantress. Also need to consider where money is coming from at some point. Like getting a Gladiator or something is not crazy, but there's still coppers flying around and Ironmonger is revealing those. I guess we're in time for Enchantress now. If I don't draw them both together. Maybe they'll play their Enchantress and I won't feel so bad. With the village and all the Ironmongers, it seems unlikely that I draw my only 2 terminals together. I think I really want to play the Enchantress now. And buy another one. Pretty decent chance of having a village effect this turn, so I should be able to play 2 of Enchantress Temple, Ambassador. They seem to be all the way thin here. Well, at least drawing deck thin, with Enchantress coming in. So there are some coppers in the trash. There's 8 coppers floating around. I have 5 of them. 6 of them. Are they returning? They are not returning yet. Okay. I'm going to pig this temple. I don't feel strongly about trashing with it. Discard. Discard. Discard, I guess. Yuck, though. Not happy about that draw. I would have liked to see the ambassador. I have 5 coppers. They have 4. That doesn't seem right. 3 in the trash, 9. I have 5 coppers. Oh, there's more coppers. I have more coppers. It looks like I need to return. So I've lost the Ambassador War. I will add a forum to the deck. Bottom decking the Ambassador there cost me returning 2 coppers, and I could have bought the same thing. So that, if I hadn't bottom decked the Ambassador there, I would have been, you know, in moderate shape in the Ambassador War. It would have been, you know, 6-3 or something like 6-2, 5-2, instead of 7-1. I can't really do anything about bottom decking that, so sometimes in Ambassador Wars, that's all it takes. Of course, they're already a little bit thinner, but I assume they're going to give me a copper but not return one now. They do need to get some money, and I guess they have the Storeroom now for money. You could also do some fun stuff with Storeroom and Ironmonger to guarantee village effect, potentially, or extra coins or whatever. And also to set up your next shuffle if you're overdrawing. I wonder if Scholar comes into play here with Ironmonger stuff. You have enough villages. Storeroom Scholar kind of payload. I was so focused on getting deck control, which I did not get. And even if I hadn't bottom decked the Ambassador, I'm behind the Ambassador stuff, but I'm not as far behind as I am after bottom decking it. This is going to be a quite nice turn for them. They're able to potentially top deck something nice for next turn as well. And Ambassador hit me. I did pass up Ambassador returns twice, I guess. Once to buy Temple, once to play an Enchantress. Alright, so I can play the Temple. Discard that. That's a nice hit. Okay, so Enchantress, so returning 2 coppers. Got an Enchantress into play, return 2 coppers, and they bought a Scholar. Yep, which makes sense. I'm going to get myself a Storeroom now myself. I bottom decked the forum there. I was still able to have my full turn, which is quite nice. So I have the forum at the top of this shuffle. They're not going to get an Ambassador attack in this turn, which is great. So again, I believe they have 2 coppers still. I have 2 coppers to my 5, 6. So I can make that 3-4 after this turn. And I've got pretty decent deck control here. Maybe the forum should have been a Scholar. I don't think I was quite ready for it. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't feel like I was quite ready for it. The Scholar when I hit 5, or I actually hit 7. Strangely, it feels better to buy a forum on 7 than a Scholar because the extra plus buy, even though there's nothing I want for 2, so it shouldn't actually matter. I don't know if that's just a psychological effect. But yeah, Scholar Storeroom, it's nice. Okay, so they've got 3 coppers. There's 3 in the trash, so I've got 5, looks like. Alright, so again, I'm drawing this Temple at the top of every shuffle, which is great. Play the forum. So bottom card's an Ironmonger, so I can, if I discard 2 coppers, get through this whole shuffle. I can't play the Storeroom here and do all the things I want to do, but that's fine because I just want to buy a Scholar now. With 2 less coppers, Enchantress coming into play, I feel like stuff's where it needs to be. Normally, draw to Enchantress isn't as great with draw to X, but with Storeroom, Scholar, draw to X, having the extra starting hand size is quite nice. They've passed me up in Ironmongers. I would like to get a couple more Ironmongers. In best case, the Ironmongers are villages. So perhaps my goal this turn would be to buy 2 Ironmongers. I have 4 coppers now to their 4 or 5 something. 4 to no, it's 4 to 4. So we're even on the Ambassador stuff. And every copper in the deck is a lack of a village effect for your Ironmonger, so that's important to note. You also potentially lose one Ironmonger a turn as the most common action in your deck to the Enchantress. I guess more than one Enchantress is not feasible because you want to use all of your actions on Ironmonger. Okay, I again drew the Temple, so that was quite lucky. I'm going to keep that. I guess I'm going to discard that. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that so I can draw 3. To discard 2. Okay, so now I Storeroom. Let me count and make sure. Yep, I have exactly 7 cards after playing Storeroom. Oh. After Storeroom Scholar. So, Enchantress. Okay, so I wanted to buy double Ironmonger, so I'm going to return 1 copper and buy double Ironmonger, and now worry about payload next turn. I have 3 coppers now to their 5, so I can fairly comfortably pig this Ambassador if needed. Obviously would like to finish thinning the coppers, but I can also temple away a copper or something if need be. I probably need to keep the Ambassador in the deck just because you know, slow accumulation of coppers is bad. So if I end up playing the Ambassador once every 2 or 3 turns, that shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. We're even on Ironmongers. I have 1 extra Forum. They have 1 extra silver. Otherwise, things look pretty even here. The extra silver could be nice for Palace points. I didn't really see Palace points as being particularly useful in this kingdom. Not 100% sure. The extra Forum, I guess I have a Forum to their silver. And I think the Forum will provide some reliability as we advance along. I think we're both going to be adding more storerooms, more scholars, trying to thin the rest of the coppers. Gladiator doesn't seem crazy to me to try to get through to Fortune, but I don't think I want to be the one who has to buy the Gladiator and play it a whole bunch of times to get to Fortune, because then they can just buy the Fortune and the pile's revealed. It gets you the gold at the end, which is worth Palace points, but again, Palace points don't seem like they're worthwhile here. They returned 2 and gave me 1, so I'm 4 coppers to their 3, with 3 left in the trash. Again, I'm probably going to pig this Ambassador if they get Enchantress into play. It looks like they either didn't find their Scholar or their Ironmongers. A couple of their Ironmongers revealed treasures. This is the thing, the Ironmonger reveals silver, right? Silver gives them more money in the deck, but it costs them a village here, which potentially means they can't do all the things they need to do in the turn. I think I would like to play I can just play the Temple this turn, right? Or I can pig the Forum because I've got enough draw without it. And just play the Enchantress and play the Ambassador. Discard. 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 So I want to reveal some more villages, potentially. Discard. Okay. So I'm going to have 3 villages, 3 actions this turn. So that's Ambassador. Oh, boy. Yeah, I revealed too many coppers myself this turn. So I can play Enchantress, Storeroom, Scholar, it looks like. Or Ambassador, Storeroom, Enchantress. And I would like to kill this Temple. I can't actually send them temples without giving them points, right? So I don't want to do that. So I can also play Temple and trash Ambassador Copper, but having the Ambassador around seems fine. So if I play Necro or Ambassador, return a copper, Enchantress, Storeroom, discard 2, that gives me 6 money. What am I doing with 6 money? I am buying... What did they buy? They bought another Storeroom. Like Warehouse Storeroom. I'm going to discard for 1 because I think that bottom card is a copper. Okay, increase the action density a bit, so I have more chance to hit my Ironmongers and return to copper. I've got 2 cards draw coming in. Worst comes to worst, I can pig the warehouse. Potentially, yeah, with warehouse or with forum, I can draw through the deck and discard like Enchantress, Ambassador, and then play Ironmongers at the end to reveal those, and then guarantee hits. 4 coppers last turn. Well, the first 2 were a little bit unlucky. The last 2 were a function of the way I ordered the discards. They've got 4 hits here, so they've got plenty of actions they can play. Enchantress, both storerooms, and Enchantress, both storerooms, and Scholar, and Ambassador even. So yeah, they're going to have a nice kickoff here. I feel like having the extra form in the warehouse should make me quite a bit more reliable. I'm actually not sure that they can play both storerooms. I guess they can, yeah. The second one, they've played a bunch of actions, so it's not going to be as good. This is actually nice for me, starting with 2 coppers in the starting hand out of 3. I got a 4, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 4, which means most of my Ironmongers should hit actions. I guess you can always support one more Storeroom than Scholar, right? First, when you discard down to 1 card, which is Scholar, then you draw back up, then you play the other Storeroom. They didn't find the Necropolis, so that was 1 fewer they didn't get to play. They could have played 1 more action, which I guess is Temple. They don't really need to play it. We reach a point where if I've only got 2 coppers in deck, I would consider templing Ambassador Copper. So they had 10, which is nice. We'll see what they end up buying Scholar for them. Makes sense. Play the warehouse as pig. Ironmonger. I should hit mostly actions here. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure this is all actions down here, so I can keep that. Okay, so I can Storeroom. I have another Ironmonger down there. I'm looking at 6 cards, 5 cards. So I can Storeroom 5 cards. Scholar draws me 7. I'm going to see Temple, 2 coppers. So I've got my discard piles, 2 coppers and Temple. So if I discard for 5, I will not draw everything. But I don't really see any choice. What else can I do? I can discard 2 to trigger the reshuffle with the things I don't want. So I don't really want to see the copper, and I don't need to play the Necropolis. So I can discard. No, I don't want to discard anything for cards, because I want to draw the Ironmonger. Discard 5. Play the Scholar. Keep that. Okay, so I can discard 2 here to see the other. Bottom 2 cards are what? Enchantress, Storeroom. Don't need to play the Temple. Oh, so the bottom card's a Necropolis, right? I'm not going to play the Temple. I can draw the Enchantress here. Play the Enchantress. Return 2 coppers. Okay, so my lack this turn was draw, so it seems like the best card for me to add is Scholar. And I feel like my payload has suffered a little bit, but overall, looking at the deck states, they should have 4 coppers to my 2. Top decking Necropolis is nice because I can pig that. And I'm just like a half a turn behind, it looks like. Not really sure where this game is going. Maybe that's something that one should figure out before you've reached this point of the game, but it's where I am right now. So we're lowering scholars and storerooms, but neither of us can support 5 of those. 2 of each is sort of close to the maximum we can support, especially if we're playing Enchantress Ambassador every turn. If we're not playing Enchantress Ambassador every turn, which is reasonable once we get to deck control, once the last coppers go. I will probably temple away the Ambassador Copper, as I said, and then you've got this one dead temple. But potentially you could even top deck that with Scholar, Ironmonger, Storeroom if you're careful. It's probably not worth it to worry about the pig. You just kind of pig whatever you happen to have and hope it's not an Ironmonger. And we are slowly getting rid of the coppers. So I now have 3 coppers to their 2. So we're in the point of the game when we're actually going to eventually finish getting rid of coppers. And every time your Ironmonger hits a copper, it's less max payload that you can get with this Storeroom Scholar Draw to X stuff. So it is somewhat important to keep the Ambassador stuff going, both to hurt your opponent and to help yourself within the coppers. But we shall see. So they can't discard 5. Okay, they don't have any more actions? They have an Ironmonger in hand still, it looks like. They did reveal 1 copper. So they can discard 2 actions. And then play an Ironmonger. They can discard as many actions as they have and then play an Ironmonger for the village effect and then play the other Scholar. It feels a little bit like spinning, though. Doesn't feel like that's netting them very much. So last turn they were able to hit 10. And in that set of cards they have in their hand, I believe they have 2 copper, silver, Ironmonger, Scholar. One more card. Which would be what? They played both Ambassadors. They played the Forum Temple, Necro Ambassador, Storeroom. So 2 copper, silver, Ironmonger, Storeroom, Scholar. So yeah, they can like discard Storeroom, Scholar, play the Ironmonger, hope to draw the Scholar. And if not, they've just got 6, 7 coins. Yeah, okay. So they did. They had the 50-50 to draw the Scholar versus the Storeroom. Not clear to me that that does anything, because the other cards are money. I think they probably would have rather top decked the Scholar, right? Because they can play the Scholar now, but it doesn't do anything, because they've just got 7 money. And 7's not a great price point here. Obviously, you'd much rather have 8. Okay, they just got 1 gold. I'm on board with that. Alright, I think I have enough draw in hand that I'm happy to start with the Warehouse as a pig. Ironmonger, keep. Okay, so I can already Necropolis, Storeroom, discard 4 for coins, play the Scholar, discard. Do I need that? I don't think I'm actually going to need that this turn. So I can discard that. Discard that. Okay, I've got 3 actions again, so I can Storeroom. I think I'm going to play this Ironmonger and try to get another village effect, though. Was not able to make that work, which is okay. So what can I do? I can amp 2 coppers. Certainly play Enchantress. Play Storeroom. So Forum draws me, nets me 1. Doesn't seem worth playing Storeroom. What's this bottom card? It is It's not a copper. Okay. What are you, bottom card? You are a temple. Uh-huh. I'm actually okay leaving a temple on top of the deck because it's going to get pigged. So, I don't see a way I can get much value. So, just Storeroom, discard 2, gets me to 8. Play Enchantress, play Ambassador. So they've already gone in for the Palace points. I don't believe in it, and I don't think the game is ending soon enough that the Palace points matter here. So I'm going to return 2 coppers to them. I now have 2, and they've got 3. Plus a silver and gold. Ill-Gotten Gains is funny. I don't think I'm going to do it, but it's funny. They'll give me curses, I'll give them curses. So I could go like another forum. I could just go another storeroom and a forum. Try to build up a little bit more. I should have terminal space for that. I will have 2 more villages on an average turn. Okay, I will be right back while Markus takes this turn. Okay, zoomed playing this game. I was going to comment at some point that we were playing a pretty good speed match. We played 5 games in about 15 minutes each or so. But this last game has been quite a bit slower. There isn't really a logical end to the pile situation here. Like, there's no... Oh my goodness, 18. That was a nice turn. Okay, so they did not play an ambassador on me. They sort of found full payload. Okay, so I will pig the temple still. I think I want to get 1 more ambassador trash in. And now we play our turn. So I think I'm going to discard Scholar. I should be able to get back around to it. I'm actually just going to mostly discard everything along the way. Perhaps I should think about it a little bit more, but so I can trigger a shuffle here. I have 1 more Ironmonger down there. I'll wait till the end of the turn to do that. Discard for cards. I don't need to. Discard for coins. Okay, that gives me 5 coins. Play the Scholar. Ironmonger. Keep. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Okay, so I can discard 2. So I can storeroom everything, draw everything. Well, storeroom everything. Coins. Now play Scholar. Okay, I can't play Ambassador here if I want to double province. I think I'm fine though. I can actually add another Scholar Storeroom pair here, which I think is what I'm going to do. So I don't ever need to play the Ambassador again. So I can go like Scholar Storeroom Warehouse. In theory, I'm not needing to play the Enchantress or the Ambassador again. I need to play the Ambassador. So maybe I don't have enough actions. If I'm not playing the Ambassador again, I am 1 action short of another pair. So maybe I just need to Province now. Province Warehouse. I do have 1 action lying around. So Province Temple. Is Temple insane? The goal being to Temple the Ambassador in the Temple next turn. Is it worth 2 VP? I guess so. I don't know. I feel like I'm now losing this game, and I don't know what just happened. They hit higher payload last turn than I thought they could hit with their deck. They even revealed multiple treasures, so they didn't have that many villages. But they have 8 money in payload from treasures. The hope is that the extra treasures that they have will affect their deck negatively. And prevent them from being able to do things like double province every turn. But I'm not sure. I didn't think this deck could easily support the number of treasures that they've added. But this is not a deck archetype that I'm super comfortable with. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So they've got an extra province and extra palace points. I have some extra temple points, which seem of pretty marginal utility. I'm already expecting chat will say that temple was a terrible idea. Perhaps I should have saved 1 copper, gold, silver pair for the 3 palace points. It just doesn't seem worth it. The opportunity cost of the lack of villages and might actually be quite a bit more reliable than theirs. But I guess it doesn't matter if they're able to consistently, like perhaps my deck is too of sacrificed payload for reliability, which I can believe I do that sometimes. I suppose we all do that sometimes, but I know that I do that sometimes. Yeah, so I guess if you can churn through the deck and you can play you can dead draw with Scholar. You can dead draw with Scholar and then draw 8 money. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case here. So they're actually going to have to return copper now. The other thing is the turn where I temple, Ambassador, temple, copper feels like a real weak turn. Well, certainly I can pick a temple. Keep. I'm going to see most of my actions down here, so I'll discard things I don't necessarily need to play right away. Discard. I have a Storm in hand. Discard. Discard. Okay. Cool. So I can Scholar now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw here. That could have been slightly risky, what I just did, but it seems to have paid off. So Storeroom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for coins. Scholar to draw it back up. Okay, so this forum will... I don't actually want to play this forum, it looks like. So I can Temple, Ambassador, Copper. Bottom 2 cards are what? Necro and something else? Necro and what else? It's not a copper. Not a Temple, not Enchantress, not a Storeroom. I don't know, it's Necro and something else. Okay, well, I want to play a couple things. Necro and Province. Ah, of course. So, the plan is to play Enchantress. I didn't need the village effect, it looks like. So if I'm playing Enchantress and then templing Ambassador Copper and then just buying Province, I don't quite know. This seems to have gone wrong for me, and if they can double Province next turn, they win. I think with best draws I can double Province, but it's very, very close. I have to discard for Storerooms 3 times. Full discard. I don't need to play the Temple or the Ambassador this turn. So I can discard both the Enchantress. I don't need to play any of that stuff this turn. I don't need to play the Warehouse. I can play the Forum because it's draw neutral. We'll see what they can do. If they can Province Duchy, though, I'm just losing. Yeah, that turn when they were able to hit double Province was quite nice. I don't quite know how I double Duchy this turn, I guess. I could have double Duchy last turn, but it doesn't seem like it's strictly any better. Their deck should be getting worse as they add in green cards, and they've got a lot of treasures in there. So some of their Ironmongers are likely to hit treasures or green cards as they add green cards in, and they've got a lot more green cards. Then again, hitting the green card does give them an extra coin. It's the same as hitting a treasure, but they lose a village. Because Storeroom turns to draw into coins. So they're also real low on cards in hand to discard with Storeroom. So like here they can discard 6. They can get 6 coins in Storeroom. Yeah, which is not terrible. They have to be slightly tracking the shuffle that gets triggered here. But I guess they're drawing almost all the way through it, so it's not a big deal. Yes, they get 6 coins, they draw 7. They get 6 more. That's 14, that's Province Duchy. Oh, they didn't even need to play it. So they didn't get to double Province, which is good, but I can't win now with double Province. And I can't get to 21, so let's see what we can do. Probably this is just double Duchy, though. Keep. All right, so I've got a Scholar down there. I've got stuff, so I'm gonna. So I'll play this Enchantress now. This card. So I'm only getting 4 coins off of this one. Keep. This is draw neutral. Okay, well, I'm getting... I need another village. Where is my Ironmonger? Okay, well, I can discard 1 province to draw that Ironmonger. Discard all that for coins. Discard. Okay, I screwed this up badly. Okay, well, this is tantamount to resigning. I screwed that turn up pretty badly. I played it too fast. I need to be able to play another Storeroom at the end there, and I didn't plan out. I thought I'd get an extra draw if I hit a province, but then I lost track of. I applied the lost track of rule to my action count. And the problem is the lost track of rule has been errated. So one assumes they're... Oh, nice. Unfortunately, I don't have a changeling effect that I can use. Yes. Report. Thanks everybody for listening in and watching. Good set of games for me, I think. That last one I lost the thread a little bit, but all in all, a good start to my season. And I've got 4 more matches to play.